Hi everybody, I wanted to do a quick video for you as a year in review to talk about our successes, what do we do each year, what do we do this year, what can we maybe do better next year. And I like to do this at the end of the year, try to be a little bit reflective, figure out the things that might have worked well, and what could we do better. And I'm a big believer that to get better, you always have to make little tweaks and changes, do some things a little bit differently. So let's take a look at what did we do good. Well, first off, I'd like to share that we had some great new hotels get added this year. Two just added this week. I'm not going to include them here because they're just so new, but we'll add them next year. But Lake Havasu finished their first full year with IHG as a Holiday Inn Express, and they're up in the top left corner in that picture. They overlook the London Bridge. I know some people would say the London Bridge is in London. No, the actual London Bridge is in Lake Havasu, Arizona. The London Bridge that everybody talks about in London is actually the Tower Bridge. A little bit different, even though they call it the London Bridge. Also in Gilbert, Arizona, their first year as a Holiday Express, right next to their brand new Stay Bridge, with beautiful two properties if you haven't been out there. Shreveport, Louisiana has the massive lobby, big beautiful lobby, new Holiday Express conversion from an independent brand. And Ely, Nevada, a brand new hotel, which is just gorgeous, and I hope to get there again soon. I enjoyed it. I was there just before they opened, and then you can see what happened to the lobby. It's just amazing. All these properties, their scores are through the roof, doing a great job. So welcome aboard, happy to have you. So let's look back at the kind of things that we did in 2019. And first off, we started last year with some market meetings in Phoenix and Palm Springs to kind of set the table for our great new season, which January, February, March is the season for Phoenix and Palm Springs. We're doing something similar to that this year. So some of you have been invited to meetings in Phoenix, and I'll be individually spending some time in Palm Springs in the first couple of weeks. We did a program called Make the Summer Pay Off in California. So the time of the year where you're busier, how can we make more money? And I think it was very successful. We wanted to keep the green throughout the summer because we kept our revenues really good January, February, March. We wanted to keep that growing in the summertime. And holy moly, Arizona. When you look at the map, Phoenix, Riverside, San Diego, California, LA are green, up 7% more in Phoenix. The Arizona areas are up 6 something and up in Riverside as well. So great job to you guys out there, keeping it green, keeping the heartbeat scores up. We did group sales events live and in WebEx. Naren did a live meeting. I did some over the WebEx this year. And we also had a sales series. We talked about limited time features, Business Edge, IHG Voice, and other things so that you guys could take advantage of the programs that are out there, IHG Boost and so forth, and then individually talk to you guys about it at the property level. We also did check-in experience, ways of welcome. Remember that? You guys did those videos. It's still very important. Keep it up. And we welcomed a new operations support person as Chad Wainwright moved over to his new role as a franchise opening director. John Bryson came in. But in the meantime, we had James Jarman. And those of you who had a chance to talk to James, thank you, James, for an awesome year. I really appreciate it. You really helped us a lot. Of course, Chad was awesome too. Thanks to Naren, and to Chris Mars, and to Kelly Mabry as well. And welcome aboard John Bryson. He's going to be visiting with some of you guys over the next year. Did tons of those sales deployments, operations deployments, food and beverage deployments. So you guys got to meet some of those folks. And one of the things I really wanted to work on in 2019, something not so much different, but I have over 30 portfolio revenue managers with IHG, with all of your properties, revenue management people. I wanted to work closer with them and develop a relationship with them, and hopefully I hope you guys feel that I have. And I want to continue that obviously throughout the next year. So how did we do as a group? Well, it says great year there, so let's see. Boom, lots of green. As a group, we beat our heartbeat target by a little bit, but we beat it. It took us until the month of October to hit the green, and then hopefully we keep it green through the rest of this month. Recognition, we hit it. Enrollments, we squeaked by, and hopefully we continue to squeak by. We haven't got the numbers in for December. Those take a while to come through, but keep on enrolling people, please. Breakfast, we beat our target. Revenue, we beat our target. As I mentioned, Phoenix and California have some great years. We missed RGI, but that's only because RGI, for me anyway, is a target where it's winning metric. So I have to have a percentage of my hotels beating RGI. And while over 50% of them did, not up to target, but we had a positive RGI, and that's the way the target's going to look like next year for me anyway. Carbon footprint, we're still waiting on the final 2 months. Actually, I'm still red, but I am counting on that to turn green in November and December. Make sure if you haven't inputted your Green Engage information that you get that in before the end of the month of December. Make sure that you have all of your months in there, because if it's not, you don't get counted. Only about 50% of the hotels are getting counted because they are completely compliant. So get on that. We tried some new things this year, a little bit different. As you know, I started the YouTube series, and that was really to take advantage of just some of the stories and things that I constantly tell, share some successes from you, and common items in a quick video. Hopefully you like that, something different versus email. I did lots and lots of virtual visits, lots of discussions over the phone, talks on the phone, check-ins, that type of thing, rather than in person, where before we used to visit properties a lot more. And hopefully that's working. It's a new way of working. We do more of that. I did the thing in the summer where we did WebEx to talk about sales. So WebEx Thursdays in the summer. And I think it was really successful, because after I finished that series, people were like, oh, we're going to do another one next week. And then we also had some big WebEx series where we just did big, where everybody was involved. We talked about groups, and we talked about how to improve your status on group sites, that type of thing. So what's changing next year? What's going to be different? There's a few changes to the metrics. The breakfast metric is not going to be one of your winning 5 metrics. Not to say that it's not important. Of course, breakfast is important, but it won't be one that is a 5 of 5. What's going to take its place is the check-in experience, which of course we've been working on, which means that the front desk gets check-in experience, recognition, enrollments, as well as heartbeat. 4 of the 5 touch the front desk. So the front desk will be key to success in 2020. I also just wanted to put out a question out there, and you'll see in the email that this video is there's a little survey. So I'd like to see, what would you like? What would be interesting to you? So let's take a look at a couple of things. I mean, I was thinking about doing, maybe not weekly, because that would probably be a burnout after a couple of months. So maybe every other week. We'll put it on the schedule every other week, and I'll let you guys pick the date. Is it a Monday, Thursday, or Friday? Which would be better for you? Where I just get on and we talk about what's new with IHG, what's happening. Do a little Hot Topics live, let you guys ask questions. A little bit more interactive than some of the WebExes have been in the past. I also was thinking about doing a podcast. Somebody's recommended this, and I'm trying to think how would it be beneficial to you. Is maybe it would be cool is if we had a podcast for the West, where it wasn't just me, but it was all of the different FPS people in the West, plus their ideas, things that they found at properties, maybe interviewing some of the top performers at the properties, maybe bringing in special guests like brand managers or brand heads of brand, maybe even talk to Elie Maalouf. I don't know, but something where we have a question and answer where you guys can give me the questions and I'll ask those questions to somebody at IHG. It could be the person in charge of IT. It could be the person in charge of the reservation system, IHG Voice. Maybe once a month. What do you think? I just wanted to throw that out there. Would that be something that you would listen to? Are you a podcast person? I am. When I'm in the car, I listen to podcasts. And then I'll talk a little bit more about this in a second, but I'm going to have a meeting with you guys in the first quarter. And every year I try to be a little bit more organized, and I would love to really plan our year. Not like in concrete, but just how often do we talk? And let's schedule that next one and the next one. How often do we meet if we need to meet? How often maybe we'll look at deployments and when, so that you're not bombarded when you're busy with people calling you up. Maybe we'll do it in advance. We'll talk about it in advance. Oops, wrong way. And then one of the things we used to do when it was a area manager job where we covered an area, was a town hall. And I think we're missing that. Maybe sometime mid-year, I'd like to do a virtual town hall. So a much longer WebEx, or maybe a WebEx that lasts a couple of days, where we talk about all the different departments, all the different things that have been happening in ISG, so that you can get up to speed, so that you don't feel left out. And that's really the goal of that town hall. And also maybe to reward or recognize those who are really doing well in a virtual WebEx meeting. So those are some of my ideas. Also, I was thinking about YouTube videos, but not just me like this sitting here, maybe with you. So we actually come out to the hotel. If you're interested and you want to talk about some of your successes or walk around, look at your property, share some ideas. What do you think about that? So 2020, I can't believe it. It's a new decade. I mean, we're actually 10 years into this millennium, whatever. Is that what it's called? Yeah, anyway, 2020. So please tell me what you like. As I mentioned, the first quarter, I'd like to discuss your goals, your targets, plan how to beat your targets. What are your goals? Maybe you have different goals than me. Any additional info or review your competition. Maybe go out and see what's going on with the competition. That's the first quarter. But I would like to also, just before we finish this year, just say a big thank you. If there's one thing, and I put this in my review to my boss, Mike Fitzmaurice, I said, if there's one thing I'm most proud of, is my relationship with you guys, with the owners, with the general manager, the director of sales, the front office manager, with the breakfast people, the housekeepers, the people that I get to meet at the property. I'm glad that I do have a close relationship with you. And it's not like you're coming over to my house for a barbecue, but that when I come to the property, I kind of know you. And even though we don't see each other for a while, it's kind of like an old friend. And I hope you do feel that you can call me at any time when you need something. It does hurt me a little when I get to a property and you say, I've been dealing with this problem for the last 2 months and you haven't told me about it. Feel free to call me anytime with your problems. Some people do more than others. One of the things that happened is just the engagement with you guys last year. We had one project, and I remember I asked you, hey, could you guys watch these 3 videos? Just do that before the end of the month. Here, these are the hotels that haven't done it. Could you do this before the end of the day? And 98% of you said, did it. I mean, I was like, whoa, I was kind of astounded, because in 16 years, I've never had 98% success of all hotels doing something. So something's different this year. Typically, it's 30% do it right away, 30% do it with a little bit of cajoling, and 30% do it if they get fined. That's how it usually is. But I appreciate you guys are all over everything. And I do hope that you consider me to be a great partner for you, that I'm able to help you with the things that you need to work on, that when you have questions, that my goal is to help you to move up in your career, to be better at what you do, whether you're an owner, whether you're a GM, whether you're a director of sales. My goal is to help you get to the next level that you want to be at. Whatever that is, I would hope that I'm able to do that. And that's what I take most pride in my job. It's nice to hit the metrics, but we don't hit that without making you guys feel good about your job and what you're doing. And I really appreciate it. So it's the holiday season, and it's a time of year where I go away for a couple weeks. Actually, I'm not going anywhere for the most part. But my family and I, if you see these pictures, maybe you recognize that. That's cold Chicago. And we don't have any family in Chicago, but the day after Christmas, we're going to head out to Chicago and spend the New Year's in Chicago. Welcome the New Year in Chicago, because it'll be fun to get someplace where it's cold. I think it might even snow. That'd be so cool. We're going to go stay at the Great Intercon on the Magnificent Mile. So anyway, in other words, you won't get to get in touch with me until January 4th. But as always, if you need something and it's an emergency, just text me, okay? I will look at my text every day and I will get back to you if there's something that comes up. All right? But if for you, be happy and have fun and we'll start a great new decade together in a couple of weeks. So happy holidays.